guys, welcome to another HighIntel production. Today we're going to be doing some MMA talk. So yeah, let's get right to it. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a great time. And yeah, let's get to the juiciness of MMA talk today. Alright. So first off, we got some smack talking over the Twitter, social media, Twitter and Instagram, between Chad Mendes and Michael Bisping. So Chad Mendes, he went ahead and posted on, what do you call it? On Instagram, yeah. So he said, alright, this is what he said. Hey, I'm Mike Bisping. Let's get some shit straight. When I let USADA suspend me, it was for a banned peptide under the rules, not a steroid. Just to put some shit into perspective for morons like you. Too much caffeine in your system is a violation under USADA rules. The entire system is the biggest crock of shit ever implemented into the UFC. Unlike all these other guys getting popped and making up the worst excuses ever to wheel the deal their suspension down. I own that shit like a man. Now keep my name out of your mouth, you old wooden eye having prick, before I snatch your soul like my boy Hendo did. And then that fool posted a picture of Hendo knocking him out. You know, that iconic when he knocks him out and then he jumps into the air, landing with another punch. And then I'm like, damn, Chad Mendes, bro, like, what's going on, bro? Like, you having a bad day? You like went all into it, you could feel it too, like, hey, motherfucker, like don't call me a cheater and this and that, and it's like, you can't really argue, like, you know, like, even though, like, you could, you know, facts are facts, you know, it's a banned substance, like, if you have it, it's considered cheating, because it's an advantage to you, you know? And it may not be as strong as steroids, you know, but it's still helping you out. And like I don't know, like. And then Michael Bisping, he responds back on Twitter. He says, "When you let them suspend you, you're so generous and giving. I would let someone suspend me unless I was guilty. Looks like a little suspect, you see. You crack on big lad." And it's like, damn. And then he tells them that he has something in common with all of them. They're all liars, and he calls them a fucking liar. And I'm like, damn, Michael Bisping, bro, like that's funny. I respect that, you know, like he got called out on social media by another fighter, and he's like, you know what, like, whatever, bro, like you want to do something about it. Like, he came with that attitude, you know, that vibe, like, what we could do, we can handle it, you can handle it like two full grown men, and then, you know, hand to hand. And man, I just love it when stuff like this happens. And but too bad, like, they wouldn't really fight, like, they wouldn't make a fight out of in the UFC. They're completely two different weight classes. Chad Mendes, 135 pounds, or maybe 145 pounds, and then you got Michael Bisping, who's 185 pounds, but I'm pretty sure he walks like at 200 and up, like 205 pounds or something. And I don't know, but that'll be crazy, like, for them to be confronted, because I know Michael Bisping, he works as a anchorman and all that, and as a commentator, and he's bad, like, and I don't know, Chad Mendes, he's not fighting no more. I think he's retired. But I'm pretty sure they would run into each other because they're in that same world, you know. And then more on the Twitter, we got Peter, No Mercy Yan. He tweeted out this to Sugar Sean O'Malley. The Sugar Sean O'Malley, that was dope, man. These two fighters are dope, man. Like, if there's a fight, man, it's either Sugar Sean O'Malley fights this dude, Peter Yan, or he fights, who's the other fighter he called out? I forgot. I'll get back to it if I remember. Anyway, so this is what Peter Yan wrote to that dude, Sugar Sean O'Malley. I did boxing for 8 years, and during that time, I beat up as many lanky long dudes as you have hairs on your head, curly boy. Use your long arms to stick it up right into your asshole. Damn! Your reach will be useful only for that. Damn! And then that fool, he said, Sugar Shine Molly responded back, I've been making little dudes like you snore since I was 15. I was like, damn! He was talking mad smack. And then that fool Peter Yan responded back with, shave your rainbow curls before I even considered a fight, you poodle. For now, shut up and stay protected by the UFC. And then he had the little rainbow emoji with a poodle dog. And I was like, damn. Bro, these two fighters fight each other. And we could potentially, oh man. Sugar Shine O'Malley, he has a lot of these good fights coming up, man. And he's, because he already has a good, like build up. Like, people are paying attention to him. And like, he just has charisma and all that. And if you were to fight Peter Yan, that'll be an amazing fight, man. Who you guys think would win that fight? And oh yeah, Sugar Shine O'Malley was talking about fighting Cody Garbrandt. That'll be a good fight too. And or Peter Yan versus. Oh wait, I don't know. You guys let me know who you want to see Sugar Shine O'Malley fight next. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was Ariel Helwani. So there's this fighter, Max. I forgot his last name. It was a hard name to pronounce. But there's this fighter, Max. He just recently had a fight this past weekend. And then his coach, I forgot his coach's name too, man. Let me see if I got it. I don't know. So yeah, this dude Max, he didn't want to fight no more. He told his coach like, nah, like I don't think I could do it or something along those lines. And then his coach was like, nah, you're a fucking champion, you can do it. Like, come on, get in there, like this and that. And then I think then they ended up stopping the fight because the referees heard it or something. They overheard it. And then now there's this big thing, like, you know, like, so the coach. His coach is his corner man. He's getting a backlash where some people are saying like, oh, like you should have done something, like this is your fighter and whatnot, and this is the safety you're talking about. But then the coach, he made a statement on I think with Ariel Helwani, and he said that he didn't see him, you know, seriously injured. Like he knows him, like you still got something in you, like you can do it, and like. And then Daniel Cormier, he did an interview with Ariel Helwani, and he said too, you know, he was explaining it as a fighter and his experiences, how his coaches pushed him. Like if it wasn't for his coaches, he wouldn't be where he was at. And he's like, he kind of defended him in that part. But Ariel Helwani, that dude just kept going like. You know,
people know how I feel about the interaction. I think people have seen at least a tweet from mine or from me or the Sports Center thing that you're talking about. So let me ask you. And by the way, just want to say I feel the exact same way 2 days later. I just want to throw that out there. With all due respect, isn't there something different about trying to convince someone on a Wednesday to compete on Saturday, or trying to convince someone 24 hours or 36 hours before to compete, the next day, as opposed to in between rounds when you're literally seconds away from walking in there against a guy who's very fresh, you're exhausted, and he can knock you out brutally, right? Like in that moment, that 1 minute, the guy's telling you, I want out. Obviously, he has to deal with the consequences, but don't you have to listen to him at that point? See, a lot of people said to me, DC, a lot of fighters said to me, a lot of fans said to me, yeah, spoken like a true non-fighter. What do you know about fighting? You're a weakling, all this stuff. Well, guess what? I'm not a fighter. Everyone knows that. But I know to listen to people. And I believe if someone tells you, especially a fighter in the midst of a fight, 9 times that he wants to be out, that he can't do it anymore, you should listen to that guy. Now, if he says to you, coach, I don't know if I got any more in me, man. I'm exhausted. I don't know if I could do this. No, you could do this. You could do this. Start believing. Let's go. Do X, Y, and Z. Give me a minute. Let's start the round this way. Let's level change. Let's go for a takedown. You can do this. You're a better wrestler than this guy. Do X, Y, and Z for me. And if in a minute things don't start turning your way, I'll call the fight. But he didn't do any of that. He said, come on, champ, let's go. You got this. Come on, champ, let's go. Okay, after 30 seconds of that, it's very clear the guy wants out, to the point where he has to start whispering because he knows that he's about to be embarrassed and called and labeled a quitter for the rest of his life. That's unfair. Not only did he fail to protect his health and safety, I think he failed to protect his reputation, because now the kid is being, if they would have had a quiet conversation, maybe no one picks up on this.
You know, the fighter safety and this and that, and then, you know, that you should, you know, take him serious. And to me, like, in my opinion on all this, like, I think, you know, you as a fighter, you're setting up your career, you want to make money and to be a fighter, like, you gotta go all in it, man. Like, you gotta know this is serious. You shouldn't, in my opinion, if you're in the UFC, you should not see it as a sport. You should see it as a life and death situation between you and the person in front of you. Like, I don't know what you guys, let me know what you think. You see it as a sport where it would be like, hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, let's do our best. It should be, you know, like, once that case closes, I'm coming for your soul, you know, like I don't know, man. That's a mentality that I would go in, like, if I go fight in there, like, I don't know, like, I would go in, I never fought pro or anything, but I've trained for some of that stuff. I've done some what do you call it, smoker fights. I had some fun doing those. And the mentality I would be like, you know what, I don't care if I get knocked out or if I look stupid. I'm going to just go in there, do my best, and I'm going to give it my all, and, you know, I'll do all my training. And if I get knocked out, I get knocked out, and if I lose, I lose, you know. But I would always go with the mentality there that I'm ready to die, I'm ready to, you know, get knocked out. But I'm going to go for the win too, you know, like, I don't know. That's the mentality that I think I would go in. You guys let me know what type of mentality you would have coming in. Like, do you agree that the coach should have taken it more serious, or was he right by saying, you know what, you still got this? Because the dude wasn't injured, like, he wasn't drastically injured where you could be like, nah, that's, you know, like that fool Anthony Smith whose teeth was fucking falling out. Like, that's something where you want to be, bro, we got to stop this, throw the towel in. Or that time Rory McDonald had his busty ass nose and he was bleeding and couldn't go. Or Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje when they went at it. There's so many fights where it's like, they should have been like, nah, stop it already. And like, anybody would have thrown the towel. But with this one, it's like, this dude could have still gotten it, you know, like, come on, bro, let's get in there. But yeah, I don't know. That's it for today, guys. That's the MMA talk. You guys let me know in the comments. You guys have anything to say about the MMA world, the MMA community? And let me know who your favorite fighters are. And yeah, man, peace.